people depend on and expect, and they were cut by $11.2 billion in the last 3 years. That's what this battle is about. We have spent the last 8 years battling against he who must not be named, as he attacked state workers, as he attacked teachers, as he attacked our children's education, and we're here to say no more. This week, teachers have gone from the classroom to the street and from the street to jail for 5 days, putting on public pressure just to say no more. SEIU locals have been visiting Republicans in their districts to get the people to say no more, let's do what's right, and get a budget passed that makes sense for California. But you all know, like I do, the battle doesn't stop here. The fight can't stop here. We have to fight for more than a fair budget. We have to fight for our California. We have to fight for a working California. We have to fight for our children and our future, and that's why I'm here to give you my promise. The 700,000 members of SEIU in California, we are going to fight with you until we get a California we can all be proud of.
Thank you, Yvonne. Oh yes, I forgot that, thank you. Our next speaker from the Association of California School Administrators, Mr. Bob Wells.
School administrators are proud to be here today to join with the teachers, students, the classified support staff, the librarians, and everyone else that's here on behalf of our future. Thanks for being here. Our lawmakers need to realize that California can't have a world-class education system with third-rate funding. They need to know that we need these revenue extensions in order for us to have the quality education that our students deserve. Let me tell you something about our students. Compared to other states, more than half of our students are from low-income families. They can't afford to be cut. A quarter of our students are learning to speak English. 1 in 10 students require special ed services. But these students are our future. These students will be the ones who will cure cancer. Today's students are the ones who will be responsible for ending global warming. They're tomorrow's teachers, janitors, bus drivers, nurses, peace officers, doctors, lawyers, pilots, and presidents. We believe in our students. We will not stand by and let partisan politics undermine their future. Yes for our students. Yes for our future. And yes for the revenue extensions that we need.
Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce from CSEA, Julie Jackson.
Good afternoon, folks. I feel very welcome in this crowd. Nobody knows better than how hard all of you work, than your fellow laborers in this great calling to be educators, than your support staff in California School Employees Association. We are honored to work beside you, and we thank you for all that you do. Good afternoon again. My name is Julianne Jackson, and I am a classified school employee from Esparto Unified. I have worked in education for the last 29 years as a school secretary, a special education secretary, an instructional assistant, and a brief stint as a school custodian. I've worked for 4 different school districts at the district office level, county level, school site level, and now as a newly elected school board member for the Woodland Unified School District. In short, I have been around a long time and have seen the good years and the extremely lean years. However, the further cuts that we are facing now in our schools will devastate the children of this state for years to come. I see the impacts of these cuts every single day. For the last 17 years, I've had the pleasure of being the library tech in Esparto for our kindergarten through 8th grade school. Actually, everyone just calls me the school librarian, but I know the difference. I am not a certificated librarian, and we need more certificated librarians. I am called the school librarian because I am the only staff member who manages our school library. I have the best job in the district and the pleasure of being the librarian for these students for a full 9 years during their kindergarten through 8th grade years. And I get to see them as they grow and learn. I would like to share with you just an example of the differences I see in the educational services provided to our students. I do so by comparing services provided to this year's kindergarten class versus services to our current 8th graders when they were in kindergarten. In the past, we had class size reduction, and we kept all K-3 classes at 20. Yeah. Our current kinder classes in our rural school district are at 27 each. Earlier in the year, they were even higher. Our kinders are all-day kindergartners. There used to be 5 instructional assistants at our school who would assist the teachers with instruction in language arts and math, and were able to get to each classroom. We now have only 2 bilingual assistants to serve the entire K-8 school of approximately 710 students. Thank you. We have 2 special education paras to help serve our children with special needs. If the cuts continue, even their positions would be at risk. So like every other school district in the state of California, our students can look forward to classes with 32 or more students and not enough instructional support, and in some cases, not any. If these budget cuts continue, so many other support services provided to our students and teachers will just disappear. I fear that more school libraries will also close, which breaks my heart. I strongly believe students should have a book in their hands at all times, since the basic fact is the more they read, the better they read. To further reduce these and other services and programs for our students is a complete and utter disservice to the children who are the future leaders of our local communities, the great state of California, and the United States of America. I spoke earlier about being a new school board member of the Woodland Unified School District. I have another school board member, Angel Barajas, who is I forgot his title, with the SEIU, and he is over there. He's also on our school board. It has been gut-wrenching to have to make decisions to lay off and or reduce numerous teachers, bus drivers, custodians, paras, secretarial and clerical staff, library media techs, maintenance grounds, mechanics, and many other classified staff, as well as administrative staff, all of which were already severely cut in the prior school year. We who were elected or appointed by our communities to direct and support the education of our beloved children have continual insufficient funding from our state and federal government to which to operate our school districts. I urge all of our legislators at both the state and federal levels to put our children and their futures first. Please do not just talk about it every year, but provide it. Stop deferring and delaying the money to school districts. Almost $20 billion in cuts have already been absorbed by our students, teachers, and support staff. Hang in there, I'm almost done. There must be revenue rather than further reduction of funds. Even I, a registered Republican woman of 32 years, can understand this unarguable fact. I'm hoping I won't be stoned. And my own party, to you, please give us the opportunity to vote on whether we want to continue paying the taxes or not. The full and continued funding of our children's education must be the primary consideration when the people inside this building decide the state budget this year and every year in the future. We simply cannot absorb any further reduction in education funding. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity to address this very crucial and important issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Our next speaker, Mr. Jeff Freitas from the California Federation of Teachers.
How you doing? Hello, educators. Hello, workers of California. Hello, students of California. The future of California. My name is Jeff Freitas, and I am the new Secretary-Treasurer of the California Federation of Teachers. In this week of action, we have seen educators throughout this great state march, rally, stage great-ins to demand funding for education. Educators took these actions to protest the refusal of Republican legislators to do the right thing, to vote for the tax extensions that will allow proper funding of education and other vital services. It's hot out here. We got to put the heat in there on them. But we can't stop there. We got to go beyond the tax extensions. We must enact fair progressive taxes. Taxes such as the 1% increase on the income of the top 1% Californians. Let's tax the rich. More than 50% of the legislators will vote for tax extensions, and more than a majority of voters are ready to tax the rich. But our state requires a 2/3 vote to pass those taxes, and a small group are stopping this real progress. Bad. So instead of funding schools and services, instead of ensuring that police and firefighters are out there for our safety, instead of ensuring the social workers and the medical workers are there to protect us, we have experienced these cuts and we are braced for more cuts just because a few legislators refuse to cast a vote to properly fund these essential services. So we need to do 3 things to turn around this state. Right now, number 1, we need to get Republican legislators to vote for tax extensions so that funding for our schools and colleges won't be slashed. And so vital public services are available to all Californians. 2, we need fair, progressive taxation so the burden of society doesn't fall solely on the working class. And 3, we need to eliminate the 2/3 vote requirement to raise taxes so that a small group of legislators can't stop a fair and balanced budget. So I am asking you to join me in this fight. Will you join the fight in demanding that our legislators pass the tax extensions? Will you join the fight for progressive taxes, demanding to tax the rich for their fair share? And will you join the fight for a simple majority tax vote for our legislators? By joining the fight, we can turn our state around. California is a great state, but we can make it even better. Keep up the fight for California. Thank you.
Okay, the next speaker, the Executive Secretary Treasurer of the California Labor Federation, Art Pulaski.
Thank you. Thank you, David Sanchez and the other leaders of the CTA on the front lines of this battle. I want to tell you something. Throughout this rally, I've been watching the students who are down in the front of the stage, and they have been lively and spirited and great. Let's hear it for the students fighting for our schools. Oh, yeah! Good job. Good job. All right. I have a message from 2.1 million union workers from 1,000 local unions spread across the state of California, working in all walks of life. The message is, today we stand together. We join you to say, no more cuts. 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 We stand together to save our schools and save our state. Now, there are some here hiding beneath this dome who say it's okay to cut $15 billion more from the state budget. Well, we're here to say, we're watching you. And if you vote for more cuts, we know, everyone will know, that your vote will be a vote to cut our schools. Your vote will be a vote to cut firefighters from our streets. Will be a vote to cut police from their beats. And it will idle construction projects across this state, and it will close more private businesses down. So we say no. We want you to know, we want them to know that their budget cuts will cost us 360,000 more lost jobs in this state. Both public and private jobs. So we're here to say that every Californian has a stake in this fight. Whether we work in schools or stores, whether we work in a firehouse or the factory, whether we work in the hospital or the hotel, when it comes to fighting for this budget, we are one. When it comes to standing up, when it comes to standing up against greedy corporations who bankroll some of those politicians, we stand together and we are one. When it comes to fighting for what's fair and right, we are one. And when it comes to fighting for the rights of every Californian. We are one. 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 Together, 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 let's put this state back on track. And together, we will win a fair budget. We will win. 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 Thank you very much.
All right, folks. I'm looking at my watch, and I know from experience that this is happy hour. But also, this is a state park, and we cannot have any alcoholic beverages in the state park. So I just need to make that announcement. And having said that, our next speaker.
Thank you, Toby. Our next speaker representing the California School Boards Association, Ms. Martha Floor.
Good morning or afternoon. We are one. I'm here representing the California School Boards Association with the officers, the board of directors, and many school boards across the state. We represent the 1,000 districts, and we are the largest body of elected officials in the state, $5,000 strong. In addition to our school board duties, we are teachers. We are classified employees. We are librarians. We are nurses. We are professors. We are one. I have been a school board member for over 19 years, and I have faced many challenging decisions, but I have never faced the cuts we are making today. We have had to eliminate the very programs that ensure student success. Why should a child have to worry how to get to school because we can no longer provide busing? How can we tell students we have to cut the courses that will help them graduate? Something must be done to retain the revenue that enables us to invest in our students and our futures. Over the last 3 years, we have had to tragically eliminate thousands of jobs, both teachers and classified in support. We have closed libraries. We have eliminated class size reduction. We have cut advanced placement, career and technical education, and remedial classes. We have eliminated summer school, extracurricular programs, the arts, electives. We cannot be expected to provide a world-class education with a third world funding. Thank you. We are here today to support every legislator who is willing to guarantee the revenue needed to ensure our children are not denied the very programs and resources that enable them to learn and succeed. Shame on the ones that don't. We want you to do your job. And frankly, in closing, we are mad as hell and we are not going to take it anymore. Thank you.
Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce from the California Community College, the president, Dr. Ron Norton Real.
I am a proud graduate of the public kindergarten educational system. I am a proud graduate of the public 8th grade junior high school system. I am a proud graduate of the senior high public school system. I am a graduate of our community college public school system. And I am a graduate of the California State University public school system. We need public education as we've never needed it before. I would like to share with you just a few facts. And when I say, did you know, and tell you that fact, I would like for you to say after that, now I know. Did you know that the California community college system is the largest higher education system in the entire world, with 112 colleges and 2.8 million students? Did you know that approximately 70% of all of the nurses practicing in California were trained and credentialed at a California community college? And did you know that over 80% of all of the first responders, that's our fire persons, our police, and our EMTs, were trained at a California community college? Now we need to let the legislators know that it's no more business as usual. We want our public education system back. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Real. Our next speaker is Areli Donor Chavez, the Student CTA President.
Student CTA is proud to stand with you today in support of public education and waking up our legislators to our current state of emergency. It's an emergency when 40,000 California community college students will be unable to enroll in a needed course next year. And if the tax extensions don't pass, it is projected they will pay $66 per unit, which is a $40 increase from what they pay now. That's not right. It's an emergency that since 1998, there has been a 224% tuition increase in the CSU system. That's not right. It's an emergency that for the first time, student fees in the UC system will surpass state funding. In 1991, the state invested annually about $17,000 per student, and each student paid about $3,000. Now the state invests about $7,000 per student, and each student pays about $8,000. That's not right.
That's not right.
It's an emergency that it's taking longer for us to graduate because we can't get the classes we need. We are burdened by larger and larger student loan debt, and there is a definite lack of job prospects after graduation. That's not right.
That's not right.
As future educators and students in higher education, we stand with you today because we believe in a better tomorrow. We believe in public education. We believe it's the strength of our nation. It's where students learn, wonder, and grow. It is where our future leaders are encouraged to reach their highest potential. We believe that as future educators, it is our responsibility to learn from today's outstanding educators and be the next agents for a change, for a better future for our own children and our children's children. As stated by students at CSU Fullerton last month, we need the people of the state to recommit and reinvest in public education as the principal foundation of a democratic society. Everyone has a right to a quality public education. Our efforts as students and future educators will be sustained. Our passion will not wane. We are here to work with you. We are proud to unite. We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one.
We are one. We are one.
On behalf of Student CTA, thank you, and si se puede.
Okay, next, all us teachers. One day when we get there, hopefully, I'm smiling. We have the California Teachers Association President of the Retirees, Mr. Ed Foglia.
My name is Ed Foglia, a retired teacher and president of the California Teachers Association retired group. In 1957, I became a middle school teacher because I love working with kids. And at the time, California was in the top 5 states in their support for public education. I stand before you today with the same passion and commitment that I had 7 decades ago. Once a teacher, always a teacher. It's time to tell the truth. Stop scapegoating public schools, unions, pension systems for the fiscal mess our state is in now. We are not part of the problem. We are part of the solution. As a young teacher, I started each month contributing 8% of my salary, matched by the school district, and towards my CalSTRS retirement. The state of California contributed not one dime to my pension. For every dollar that a teacher contributes into the California public pension system, it equates to $7.91 in economic output for the state each year. We put money back into the system. And the retiring benefit, the retirees spending each day, each year, $34.5 billion in economic output for the state. We're a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. We pay our share of taxes. We spend and invest our hard-earned dollars here in California. We don't salt it away in a foreign bank. And we do not outsource our labor to a foreign country. I'm here to tell the legislature it's time to take the high ground, do what is morally right for our children, and stop playing partisan politics with children's lives by balancing the state budget on their backs. When we are balancing the family budget, we do it by adding income, working longer hours and doing extra work. Cutbacks do not pay the mortgage and nor make the car payment. The problem we have in California is not that we're spending too much, we are spending too little. And now our California schools rank 43rd and dropping because of this illogical way of doing business. Well,
We have to do it together. We have to be one. And my colleague who stood before you from Woodlands and said that she was a Republican, we like enlightened Republicans. And it's time for Republicans to cross the aisle and say, enough is enough. We've got our point across. We have cut this state down to a mere minimum, and it's time to extend the tax cut. In closing, I want to say, I want my grandchildren to have the same educational opportunity for success that my children and I had when I was going to California schools. Retirees and grandparents are proud to march with concerned parents, other grandparents, taxpayers, office holders, and educators who want California to be number one again and invest in its future. Together we can. Thank you.
Thank you. And our final speaker today, Reverend Carol Bean, representing the Clergy and Laity United for Economic Justice of California.
I wish you could see what I see. Beautiful faces, young people, old people, standing together for California. I bring you greetings from my bishop, Bishop Mark Holmrud. He's at an assembly with Lutherans all over the Northern California, but his wife is a principal in Lodi, and he says, if I could be there with you, I would stand with every student and every teacher and every principal to say we need a just moral budget for all Californians. I would be remiss if I didn't bring greetings from Clue across the state, from San Diego all the way to Sonoma, imams and rabbis and bishops and Catholics and Protestants. We stand united with you and have been with you this week. I want to say something. Is it a beautiful day in Sacramento today? Now I want you to practice something with me. This side, no more cuts. Come on. No more cuts. Save our state. No, just once. Did I say twice? No, once. Save our state. Okay? Okay, just once. It'll be clear as you go along. Let's hope. It's a beautiful day in Sacramento, but it's not beautiful for the 20,000 teachers waiting to see if they get a pink slip this month. No. It is a beautiful day in Sacramento, but it's not beautiful for students waiting to see if their tuition is going to double and they'll have to drop out of school. It's a beautiful day in Sacramento, but it's not beautiful for children who are waiting to see if they're going to have to spend their days with 48 other students in their classrooms. This side is a little weak. You guys need to maybe divide more over here. It's a beautiful day in Sacramento, but it's not beautiful for the 60,000 working parents waiting to see if their children will lose child care and will be left alone to fend for themselves. It's a beautiful day in Sacramento, but not for the 7.1 million waiting to see if they'll be able to afford their families to see a doctor. It's a beautiful day in Sacramento, but not for 43,000 of our aging parents and grandparents waiting to see if they're going to lose their in-home health support and end up in nursing homes.
It's a beautiful day in Sacramento, but not for the 360,000 working families waiting to see if they're going to lose their jobs with an all-cuts budget. I'm going to say something. It is a beautiful day because we get to honor the courage and the commitment of our teachers who year in and year out shape our children's futures. And today, we especially honor the 28 educators who, in the tradition of Gandhi, King, and Chavez, committed civil disobedience as a witness, to the suffering of our state and our children. It's a beautiful day in California, but it will not be beautiful unless our legislators stop playing politics and start caring for all Californians. No more cuts. Save our state. It's a beautiful day in California unless our legislators stop pitting children against the elderly, the poor, and the disabled. No more cuts. Save our state. It's a beautiful day in Sacramento. Unless our legislators' hearts are softened and the hardness of their politics and their playing with our lives stops today. So we've got some people power. We've got some union power. We got some spiritual power. And so I would like you all to raise your hands toward the Capitol like this in a sign of blessing. We are going to call on the spiritual power, the power of this community, of truth, of beauty, of compassion. We will use the name that each of us call to address that higher power. And today, I wish I could turn and have the microphone, so you're going to do it for me. I'll go like that. Today we pray for the legislators to catch the spirit of wisdom and courage, to pass tax extensions to ease the pain so that the last, the least, and the littlest suffer no longer. We pray that in passing those extensions, we do not negotiate away the future of our state, and may those who have the most share the burden of those who have the least, so that all Californians are assured a decent life and education, employment, health care, and shelter for all. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Before we wind up today, we want to thank some of the groups that supported all of the activities this week during state of emergency. The Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment.
California State Parent Teachers Association.
The American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees.
The California Teachers Association.
The UDW.
Clergy and Laity United for Economic Justice, California.
Association of California School Administrators.
Community College Association.
The California Association of School Business Officials.
CTA, NEA Retired.
The California County Superintendents Educational Services Association.
Ella Baker, Center for Human Rights.
California Faculty Association.
Equal Justice Society.
The California Federation of Teachers.
Just Community, Central Coast.
California Labor Federation, AFL-CIO.
National Education Association.
The California Nurses Association.
Operating Engineers Local 3.
The California Professional Firefighters.
Service Employees International Union, California State Council.
The California School Boards Association.
Service Employees International Union, Local 1000.
California School Employees Association.
Service Employees International Union Local 1000.
And while we wait for the band to warm up and get us ready to go on our way, oh, sorry, he's not done.
I also, SEIU 1021, the Student CTA, UC Berkeley Labor Center, and a University of California Students Association.
Okay, before we head on our way, and the wonderful Linda Tillery and Cultural Heritage Choir will play as we exit, it's time for one more chant.
Okay. All right, on Monday, when we had some students that were incarcerated, and they taught us a chant, and I need your help in order to make this happen. And it goes like this. You're going to do the reply. I'm going to ask you, show me what democracy looks like, and you're going to reply, this is what democracy looks like. You got it? All right? I'm not going to use the mic because I'm going to lose my voice on this one, all right? You ready?
Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.